We're hanging out here at the Monster Truck Hall of Fame over here in Butler, Indiana. We got a great chance to meet your other half, another Bigfoot driver, and
Some would say the better half.
Some would say the better half. Well, you look good on camera too, though. I love the hair; it's great. So we're here with Darron, and you drive Bigfoot. What number do you drive?
I drive Bigfoot number 19.
19. And how many are there nowadays?
We're in the process of building 22.
Okay.
But only 6 competitive race trucks tour every given week. Obviously, with COVID and the shutdown and all of that, I'm basically the only full-time guy left.
Okay.
But when we're full song, it's 6 race trucks on the road every week.
Now, she just told me she was touring over in Europe. Now, where are you at? Doing the same circuit?
Yep, we actually raced side by side to start our year last year.
Really?
Which was
How'd that work?
It was an adventure.
Okay.
It was one of those I thought, oh, it's my wife, I'll take it easy on her, give her the good lane, I'll be a little lazy on the light.
It's kind of a dream to me, man. People think of arguing with your wife, but you never think of lining up in a monster truck alongside. I mean, that's got to be a good argument when you get home.
The first time I see her sailing by me, that was the last time.
That was the last time?
Then it was on. But it was a wonderful experience because we can relate to each other so much different and so much better.
Right.
Because all the years that I've been doing this, I speak a different language.
Okay.
You talk, how a truck lands, what it's doing, but it's really hard to describe to someone that hasn't actually driven.
Sure.
And when she jumped in a truck, she got it. She understood exactly what I was saying and how it was going. And it was wonderful to see her come to fruition and hoist that big trophy at the end of the weekend in Copenhagen. It was absolutely, I was out there and they shoved the microphone in my hand and said, hey, you're going to interview her. I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't hardly
I bet you
talk.
It was great to see.
Just watching her hoist that trophy the first time.
Well, and she said she grew up in the shops doing stuff with you. How did you get to meet Bob Chandler and Bigfoot? You started there first. Yeah,
I started out volunteering on a team. Something fun to do.
Okay,
yeah. You don't just walk in, throw an application on the table, and jump in a truck.
No, you can't go into any of these shops and do that.
You start out washing tires.
And how old were you when you did that?
I started out with a real small team, actually, as soon as I could sign the waiver at 18. I was 18 years old in, a month or two or whatever. And I did that when I was going to college. Something fun to do on the weekends, here, there, and where I could. And the right doors opened at the right time.
And you waited out and put your time in?
I ended up at Bigfoot, driving legendary Bigfoot number 8 for my first truck. The very first tube chassis ever was my first Bigfoot truck.
That'd be amazing.
Right place, right time. People always ask me, I want to drive a monster truck. How can I do that? I don't know how.
You don't know how. There's no way to explain it. You can't just do it. There's nobody's story here that's the same. And we've talked to a couple other big trucks here. Showtime, Terminator. It's not something it's not a plan.
No.
It just goes out that way.
Yep.
So how old were you when you first drove the first truck? You got behind the wheel.
I was 21 at my first show.
Okay.
I was with a team out of Seattle. Showed up, was going to go do my crew thing. Was changing in my clothes, and the owner comes up to me and says, "You got your fire suit with you, right?" I just bought a fire suit on a lark off eBay, just in case.
Just in case it might happen.
Just in case it might happen.
Yeah.
Well, it was a husband and wife team. The wife had unfortunately suffered a miscarriage, and she was in the hospital in Seattle.
Okay.
He said, "Dude, guess what? You're the guy that fits in her seat. You got a fire suit. You're driving tonight." Huh? And I'm not going to tell the promoter that you're driving, so you got to go out and hit everything out there. So my very first time buckling into a truck, I had to hit a school bus.
The very first time?
Very first time. Talk about trial by fire.
Yeah. You were a little nervous?
It honestly, there was things coming out of every orifice that you could think of.
I'm sure they had to clean the truck after you'd done a little bit.
It was bad.
Okay.
I came off the first night and ended up breaking 3 out of 4 axles in the truck because my throttle rhythm sucked. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yep.
But I was hooked.
But you were hooked from then on.
I was hooked from then on.
It's like firing anything up, It's just like when we do with our shows and everybody wants to know what we're about. I said anything with a motor and a heartbeat.
Yep.
And obviously, driving Bigfoot's one of the biggest heartbeats around.
Yep.
What kind of horsepower are they putting out these days?
They're about 1,500 or 1,600 horse.
1,600 horse. So, and nowadays, when you first got in it, it scared the death out of you. Now it's just like, you're like, 1,500 or 1,600. It's no big deal.
You get comfortable.
You get comfortable, right?
The truck is set up for me now. It's not, you know, hodgepodge of making it work.
Yep.
We're in full containment seats that are built around us.
Sure.
So I sit back in there, I feel safer in there than I do in my car driving down the interstate.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you're that comfortable, you know, it breeds confidence.
Okay.
But anytime you think that you know everything, the truck will hurt you.
Right.
You know, it's something that you'll be flying through the air upside down going, wow, that was really unexpected.
Was there anything major you've ever had, like an accident? Have you ever been hurt seriously? Any of those things that you were taking out? I mean, because the trucks are so safe nowadays.
They are very, very safe.
Right.
You will wake up with a lot of sore muscles, bumps, bruises.
Oh, sure, that's understandable with anything.
You know, I've had fires here and there, but all the safety equipment did its job to where, you know, I came out of the truck perfectly safe. But it's something that you will have some sore muscles.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, it looks like, you know, you can take care of yourself and do whatever, and it was great both meeting you and interviewing you and your wife. So thank you very much for everything, and glad to see you. So
thank you for having us.
Everybody, thanks, sir, and we'll see you next time.